27th lesson. Some idioms.
Here are some idioms. We already know some of them.
Please close the window. My wife is cold.
You are very lucky to have a charming wife.
I don't want to swim. I'm scared of fish, especially sharks.
You are right. It's very hot outside, but I'm not hot.
I'm going to bed. I'm very sleepy and it's late.
You're wrong. Today is the 25th, and not the 26th.
Come close to the fire. You're very cold.
You're right. I'm freezing. I haven't got a coat and it's snowing.
She's scared of ghosts, and I'm afraid of the dark.
I'm afraid I can't come. I have an important appointment.
Never mind. You can come on Friday instead.
The months of the year are January, February, March, April, May, June,
July, August, September, October, November, December.
Twenty-eighth lesson. Revision and notes. No recording for this lesson.
29th lesson.
Let's meet our friends the Wilsons again.
At the office, David has a lot of work.
He receives calls from people who phone to offer him information.
If he can, he goes out to see them. But if he is too busy, he sends a colleague.
Because his is a daily paper, the amount of work is huge.
At her office, Joan types her boss's letters and answers the phone.
She only works part-time, so she goes home at 12:30.
Then she does the housework, because they cannot afford a help.
When she finishes, she makes a cup of tea and reads a magazine.
Then she starts preparing David's dinner.
David usually arrives home about 6:30. But sometimes he works late and does not arrive home until 9 o'clock.
30th lesson.
Hello, Joan. Is David in?
No, I'm afraid not. He isn't home yet.
Is he still working?
Yes. Sometimes he works until 9.
Oh, well, I can't wait. Tell him there's a darts match at the pub tonight.
What time?
About 8:30.
If he's back in time, I'll tell him.
Thanks. Bye, Joan.
Bye, Pete.
Hurry up. I'm not ready yet.
Are you still waiting to marry a millionaire?
He always asks for money, and I never have any.
I can still remember a few words of German.
Tell him about the match when he comes in.
31st lesson, eating.
Sometimes David and Joan go out to eat.
There are very few English restaurants where they live.
Most of them are either Indian or Chinese, with a few Italian ones.
They like Indian food, though Joan finds it very hot.
The meals are quite cheap, and there is a lot to eat.
They eat curry and rice and fruit. And Joan drinks a lot of water.
You can find English food in pubs, as well as beer, but they shut quite early.
Hello, darling.
Hello, love.
Do you want to go out to a restaurant tonight?
Nah, I've cooked a roast. We're going to eat in.
OK. I'll go and buy some wine at the off-licence.
Yes, but don't stop to play darts.
No, the darts match was last night.
Thirty-second lesson.
Here are some sentences with the verbs of the last few lessons.
Joan types letters all morning.
David receives a call from a friend.
Joan cooks at home if she is not too tired.
Is your husband still working?
Yes, he is not home yet. Wait for him. He's extremely busy.
The phone is ringing. Answer it, please.
His wife works full-time, but he only works part-time.
I can't afford a new car. They're too expensive.
Let's go out to a restaurant tonight.
No, thanks. I'm not hungry. But I am thirsty. Let's go to the pub.
33rd lesson.
Mr. Marsden is David's boss. He is the editor of the newspaper for which David works.
There are many responsibilities in his job, but he enjoys it very much.
In his wife's opinion, there are too many responsibilities. She never sees him.
She prefers her son's job. He is a bank clerk and is home every day at 6.
His job is not as well paid as his father's, but he works less, and the holidays are better.
In England, twice a year, there is a day's holiday called a bank holiday.
I'll be home late tonight, dear.
Why?
I've got a new article about taxation to prepare.
But you always go to the office early and come home late.
I can't help it. An editor's life, you know.
And his wife's life?
I'll see you tonight, love. Goodbye.
34th lesson.
We'll see you tomorrow night at 7:30.
I've got nothing to do, and it makes me tired.
Her husband drinks too much. Or that is her opinion.
His wife's spending worries him.
You'll meet his son next week. He's coming to visit us.
His son's record player is much too noisy.
My daughter always complains that I work too much.
The man for whom I work is very mean. He doesn't pay me enough.
Please excuse me. It is not my fault.
I don't want to go home. May I come with you?
Is it far to the tube station?
No, about 5 minutes' walk.
What is the maximum penalty for bigamy?
2 mothers-in-law.
35th lesson. Revision and notes. No recording for this lesson.
Thirty-sixth lesson.
David and Joan are going to the Marsdens for dinner.
They arrive at 7:30 and Mr. Marsden opens the door and invites them in.
Come into the sitting room and sit down. What will you have to drink?
A whisky for me.
Joan, what will you have?
A sherry, if I may. Dry, please.
He serves the drinks, and they all sit down.
Mrs. Marsden comes downstairs and joins them.
The cook comes in and says, "Dinner is ready." They go into the dining room.
The meal is excellent. They eat soup, lamb, fruit salad, and cheese.
"Oh, you're very lucky to have a cook, Mrs. Marsden," says Joan.
Yes, you see, I have so little time to cook.
"So do I. But David doesn't earn enough money, so—"
There is an embarrassed silence. "Have a brandy," says Mr. Marsden.